Hi there and welcome back to Dragonfall. I'm Byron and we have just arrived at the Kreuzbazaar again. We have 7 karma points that we can spend. I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna put 4 points into intelligence and 3 points into willpower. I will have everything at least at 4. And then I will continue going, putting points into quickness and range and all that stuff. I just want to have like a certain level of, skill, so that I can, make good decisions in the game. So. Let's talk to Paul Amsel. Anya Gillette Leval, a job well done as usual, and the plan has worked swimmingly, I might add. I'm already patched into the Knight Errant comm system, if and when they summon their high threat response team I will know it. As soon as you're finished resupplying, I'd recommend heading directly to the Yevul district. Yevul district? A commercial district shared by a variety of competing corporate interests. AG Technology controls the largest share of the district, including the major utilities that serve it. You will find the facility that you will be raiding there. Considering the level of security that AG Technology is running, I wouldn't count on medical evac being available for this run. In fact, I'd bet against it. That means that if anyone falls unconscious in there, they'll be buried when the building collapses. Obviously, you can't let that happen. I suggest stocking up on medical supplies before leaving the Kreuzbazaar. Noted, I'll buy out Ed's Kibble supply of medkits and Boomona contracts. One last thing, Anya. Formula sent me a message while you were on the OTK run. She says that when you reach the sub-basement of the facility you will find a security door. This door's maglock can be opened via a voice print recognition system. Apparently Formula surreptitiously recorded your meeting. She claims that she has added your voice print to the AG Technology database. Alright, go on. If our client is to be believed, you will have the necessary access to open the door. The rest of your team, however, will not. When you reach the door, I'd recommend grouping up. Only you can open it, and there's no saying what you will find on the other side. I'm not crazy about all these new details coming in. She should have briefed me about all of this earlier. Agreed. Our Frau Müller is clearly out of her depth. That said, we find ourselves between a rock and a hard place. We desperately need the money she's paying for this job, and we've already committed ourselves by attacking OTK. Despite Frau Müller's lack of professionalism, we need to press forward, and that means that you're going to need to get past that door. Go now, Anya. We need to strike while the iron is hot. I'm on it. Any news? Apparently not. I didn't get any loot, did I? No, apparently not. Didn't use any either. What about the prototype extraction? Oh, I have that too. So we can post the OTK financial records. Any new... No new threats here. Okay, I guess nothing new here on that front. So the question is, do we take Aztec now or do we take that other run? Hey there, Altuk was just telling me you were around. I was wondering if you might be willing to trade a story or two. What are you looking for exactly? The girl taps a finger thoughtfully against her chin. Well, you're new here. I know that you knew Monica, and I've got a vague idea about what went down the night she died. But I wanna know what you think your most exciting adventure has ever been. Hang on, how the hell did you hear about that? She smirks playfully. Remember, I'm Altuk's ears and hands outside of the cafe. We share a lot of intel, he and I. So what's the story between you two then? She glances away briefly before returning her gaze to you. I suppose I can tell you. If the Monica thing was a secret of yours, it's only fair I share one of my own. I never really went to school, pretty much been a street kid as long as I can remember, and there was so much to learn from people outside of school that I never really bothered. Makes it difficult to get a job, so as all good street kids do, I choose a place to haunt with my friends and always hung out there. That was Altuk's cafe, and he was super nice about me and mine. I felt more comfortable with him than I ever did mein Vater, that's her father. Her eyes narrow only for the briefest moment at the word, and we talked a lot when I was waiting around for my friends. Oh, okay, so it is her father. He must have been fairly comfortable with me too, otherwise he wouldn't have offered me. Huh? I don't get that. If he is your father, why must he be especially comfortable with you? So she hung out with her friends at his cafe, and she talked with him while she waited for her friends. Is he her father or not? Well, that's nice of him. Sure was, but speaking of Altuk, I ought to be going. You know where I am if you've got anything for me, yeah? She grins and waves a little before bouncing off. Anything new here? No. Kami puts away her comb and grins at you, a puckish gleam in her eye. Hey pal, I missed you. Got any new stories for me? Actually, I was curious about Altuk. Kami purses her lips. Not a lot I can tell you that you haven't already guessed. Resident spy master, coffee brewer, outsider. The official Turk of the Kreuzbazaar. That's not news to me. Yeah, I doubted it. She winks exaggerately. You're too smart for me. But you wanna know why, right? It works for him. He had to make some sort of living here in the Kreuzbazaar, you know? He's not got a trade skill. He's not goblinized, so he couldn't hang with Beckenbauer. If he opened a normal shop, he'd be ousted by someone thinking he's stealing their job because he's not German. The coffee shop was a good option because it's obvious. He stays exotic and does what they expect of him with the intel and stuff. She pulls absent-mindedly at some hair in her face. Sorry about the intel dump. It's not really useful information, and you'd probably guessed anyway at this point, but you asked, so... you've been a real doll. Gotten way too much information out of me, though. I'll see you around, yeah? Hey, how you've been? Things alright? Good, I hope they stay that way. Let me know if they don't, alright? I'm always up to help. For now, gotta help Altuk more though. See you later. Okay, apparently that reached a dead end. Let's take a look and see what that other girl is doing. Here she is. The girl stares blankly into the vacant sky. She's still sporting a black eye, and there are fresh tears on her cheeks, but she doesn't seem to notice them. Kim, are you alright? She shakes her head. I don't know. Have I ever been? When I'm me? She then lowers her gaze from the heavens and regards you, her eyes showing slightly more clarity than before. Been thinking, remembering, wondering. Do you want to talk about that black eye now? Zark said not to. He said I might get hurt again. Did he do that to you? What? No, of course not. Zack wouldn't hurt a fly. But the man who did this knew Zack. He said they used to work together before they came to the Kreuzbazaar. But he said he wasn't allowed to stay because of Monika. She said it was bad for the Kreuzbazaar and the man didn't like that. Now he wants to come back. He wants to be the new Zack. He told me he had better stuff. Let me try it. But when I woke up I heard, and not just my eye. He said to tell Zack he was coming back to take what was his. If Monika kept him out, it was for good reason. If you say so. So what have you been thinking about? Kim hugs herself tightly around her midsection, drawing herself in and doing the impossible of making herself even thinner. I'm not sure I want to talk about it. I only ever talked about it with Monika. I'm here to listen, just like Monika was. Okay. She takes a breath to ready herself and then bites her lip as her eyes search the unseen. Monika said I would forget. She thought the Sims might help. In there I'm strong. I never have to lose anyone. But then I come back out here, where children play in the street, and I remember. Where I see Doc Etzkiebel and I remember. He was mad at me for losing her, but I don't know if he even remembers. He looks right through me, but I did what he told me. I saw him every month. I took the medicine. I got as much food as I could. But he said it wasn't enough. He said I wasn't fit to be, that I would never be a mother, I guess. Monika said a mother is always a mother, even when her baby dies inside her. She said she would go to heaven. I'm sure they're up there together. Monika will take care of her. I'll leave you be. Shit. Okay, let's talk to this Zack guy. Maybe to Doc S. Whatever his face. Ezekiel or I don't know. Welcome back, meine Freunde. What can old Zack do you? What? No, I wanted to talk about that guy, but apparently I can't. Nothing new here. Oh well. Is there anybody new around here? Doesn't really look like it. You are leaving controlled sector. Sie verlassen den kontrollierten Sektor. Well, the R is missing. Do you know anything about that new guy? No, apparently not. Anyway, let's leave. So, where do we go now? I guess we go to AG Chemie Europa to get the prototype. Let's see how that develops. Mark 6. Monolithic, plastic, sterile. The Berlin office of AG Chemie Europa is all of these things and more. The worst qualities of modern corporate culture all mixed into a toxic stew and sliced into a single prefab office building. Thankfully, you shouldn't have to stay long. According to the intel that your client provided, this should be a simple smash and grab operation, and you've been given the tools to carry it out with a minimum of fuss. The Mark 6 prototype, whatever it is waiting for you on the 25th floor. It's time to go and get it. Alrighty. Wait, where is your drone repair thingy that I gave you the last time? You didn't use it and now you lost it, is that correct? That's amazing. Anyway. Reach the 25th floor and shut down the building security. AG Chemie Europa, a satellite administrative complex. Whatever. There seems to be a door here. These crates have been sealed. The only visible markings are Project Atlas. And an advanced medkit. It's not too bad. Can I open this door? Apparently I can. After a few moments of sifting through cables, you find a diagnostic connector with the right input to fit into the little black box that Herr Schmidt gave you. Plug in the little black box. The connector slips into the box with a satisfying click. A tiny red light set into the box. The lid begins flashing. After a few seconds it turns solid yellow and then finally shifts to green. After that instant, all of the lights in the garage turn off. A few seconds later, the emergency lighting kicks in. If what Schmidt told you was true, you've just killed the main power for most of the building. In theory, the box has also circumvented the security cameras on the building's upper floor. You should be able to intercept the camera feed by tapping into an elevator console on the 24th floor. Handy little thing? Alright team, let's go. Okay, anything else to be had here? Doesn't really look like it. Without warning, your comlink screen bursts into static. You hear a telltale series of clicks. Someone has established an audio connection to your comlink. A moment later, a deep, sonorous voice speaks into your ear. You recognize it instantly, your large contact, Luca Dur. Anya Juliette Laval, do not speak. Just listen. I have a proposition for you. I understand that your team is currently en route to retrieve a package, the Mark 6 prototype, if I'm not mistaken. My associates and I are interested in acquiring the Mark 6 for our own studies. We would like you to deliver the device to us. Once you've acquired the Mark 6, you will proceed back to the garage as planned. There you will find a transport parked beside your client's van. Load the Mark 6 into the transport and you will be rewarded. Herr Schmidt will also be dealt with to protect you from reprisal. To accept our offer, simply proceed as instructed and return the prototype to us. Please note that we need the Mark 6 in undamaged condition. If it's not in full working order, it is useless to us. I'm sure that you are aware the lodge takes good care of its friends. Trust me, Anya, it would be to your advantage to help us. The line goes dead with a click. A moment later, the sounds of your teammates' comm chatter return. They are apparently unaware of the message you just received. Hey guys, listen up. I just got a comm from Luca Dur. The Lodge wants the Mark 6 for themselves. I don't know about that. Betraying a client is bad business, and right now we need all the business we can get. Yeah, but disappointing the Lodge isn't a great move either. They have pull, Anya. A lot of pull. We'll worry about that later. For now, let's just get on with the run. Probably best call. Let's get this over with. Who is this lodge anyway? Is it important? They always butt in on my missions. Blitz? Oh, it's Blitz, they just misspelled it. Steps up to a console built into the wall beside the elevator. This is it, Chief. All the camera feeds are right here. Shall I? Without waiting for response, he taps a couple of keys on the console and your PDA starts receiving visuals from around the building. Good work, Blitz. Now let's find a way upstairs. So, the question is, where do we go from here? There are several doors. We open one. Can't open this one apparently. Wait, what's that? Laboratory entrance. Warning, toxic gas detected. Laboratory lockdown engaged. This is not a good thing, I guess. What happened in that laboratory? Laboratory observation. Come on, use this one. A warning light strobes out from the console at your approach. Large white letters shriek out against the red background. Warning! Toxic containment detected. That's cobalt chloride, I guess. Phosphine gas. Hazardous material override engaged. Laboratory entrance is locked down. Input command. Access substance library. Connection failed. Next network access unavailable. Use direct terminal access in data store. Okay, introduce gaseous agent to laboratory atmosphere. Please input agent to introduce. I have no clue. Purge laboratory air. Warning. This action will result in the venting of containments to exterior atmosphere. Go back. Don't want that. Walk away. We have to enter. Apparently, we have to introduce an agent in there. But I have to find which agent it is. So we will do some snooping around. Oh, authorization required for access to executive elevator. I have no clue. Oh, well. Why can't Dietrich help here? Leave it alone. I brought him along, right? Yeah. I did bring him along. Access denied. No shit. What is his spellcasting conjuring thingy? I don't know. He doesn't have spellcasting 4, conjuring 5. What did we need again? It doesn't say it. Oh well. Too bad I can't delegate this one. I thought I had a well-rounded party, but then again, if I can't use them... Oh wait, there are people in here. This is not nice. What is that? That's a library. Data store records. That's what I want. Let's get in here. Search the archive. Cobalt chloride, commonly known as a phosphine gas, a highly toxic colorless gas that gained infamy for its use as a chemical weapon during the First World War. It is also valued as an industrial reagent and as a building block from which pharmaceuticals and other organic compounds can be synthesized. In low concentrations, its odor is reminiscent of freshly cut grass. The odor detection threshold for phosphine is 0.4 ppm, 4 times its threshold limit value. Phosphine-related deaths are generally caused by the interaction of the gas and the proteins of the pulmonary alveoli. The end result of this interaction is the destruction of the blood-air barrier, preventing the transmission of oxygen to the blood. Death by suffocation inevitably follows. It is highly recommended that any employee working in or around this gas wears a detector badge. A suitable supply of sodium bicarbonate for liquid phosphogene and ammonia for gaseous phosgene must be kept on hand to neutralize spills and leakages. So ammonia is what we need. It's because it's not liquid, it's gaseous. Introducing ammonia gas to laboratory atmosphere. And now we purge the laboratory air. Now we can probably open disengage lockdown now. No contaminants detected, disengaging lockdown. Very nice. That worked. Let's get in here. This computer is powered on but in sleep mode. When the screen comes to life, you find a half-written text file on the screen. The timestamp on the most recent edit tells you that it was written just a few minutes ago. I didn't sleep last night. Doesn't look like I'm going to sleep tonight either. The last test batch failed. My fault. I got the mixture wrong. Sloppy work, Jensen. I can barely keep my eyes open. Gotta try again though. No excuses in this office. I despise relying on simulants, but I've got no choice. Gotta keep going. Progress marches on. Starting a new batch. It's Haushofer's pet. If Haushofer's pet isn't ready to be tested tomorrow, well, best not think about that. Got to concentrate. Remember lab safety. Keep alert, keep awake. One wrong move could spell disaster. Glancing at the menu, it looks like there are log entries reaching back for 2 weeks. All of the entries are attributed to the same author, and none of them appear to be password protected either. 2 weeks ago. The new formula arrived today, Formula 17. I swear, whoever names these things must have no imagination at all. Formula 17? Honestly. Still, I can't wait to start working with it. From what I've read, early clinical tests were promising in the extreme. Amazingly potent, this stuff. And increased potency means less frequent injections at lower dosage. There's nothing not to like. Despite my enthusiasm, there's still much to be done. Speeding up absorption rates is first on the list, and I have some concerns regarding the subject's immune reactions. Perhaps the formula could be tailored on a patient-by-patient basis. Last week, tailoring doses to individual patients has worked wonders. The key was taking a gene therapy-based approach. They've been using it in medicine for ages, so why not apply the same logic here? So in a nutshell, I've used the subject's own DNA to delude the immune system into believing that Formula 17 belongs in their bodies. Simple and effective. This approach has helped to increase the formula's absorption rate as well as significantly reducing incidence of rejection. Unfortunately, it also rules out an easily mass-produced product, but I'm convinced that the results will justify the additional costs. What was yesterday? A week! He waits an entire week before telling me that tailoring the mixture is an unacceptable solution, and then he tells me that the trials are to begin tomorrow. I have no time, and Giesbrecht's applying so much pressure I can barely think. Bastard. Haushofer's probably threatening him. All of them can rot. Maybe now that Haushofer's playing heat the sheets with Giesbrecht's secretary, he'll learn to lighten up. We can only hope. Anyway, I have some new ideas to move forward with the formula. Admittedly, they are far-fetched, possibly even dangerous. But if I don't start producing some results, I get the feeling that it won't be my problem for much longer. Wish me luck, journal. It's science time. Okay. What else do we have here? This is Jensen, I'm assuming. The scientist lays dead beside a small pile of smashed glass, and a number of beakers have been knocked over on the nearby table. On the computer is a note, carefully transcribed in neat handwriting. The paper bears the letterhead of Senior Executive Leonard Stromberg. I'm still waiting for that report. When I said ASAP, I meant I needed it yesterday. Stay until you've completed the test, then leave the report on my desk. The door code is 54139. Okay. 54139. Do this tonight. I'll expect to see it waiting for me when I arrive tomorrow. How about you fuck yourself? What do we get here? An advanced medkit, we send it to our stash. That's apparently it. Well, we got a door code out of that. It probably won't help with this, right? No. Anyways, moving on. Take a look at that. Security room, okay, well there's a bunch of people in there. Let's let them stay in there. What do we have here? Senior Executive Leonard Stromberg, Secretary Annika Schröder. Well, I seem to have a code for you, right? Code accepted, door unlocked. Unlocked, actually. A stack of business cards on this deck reveals that it belongs to one Annika Schröder. A cursory search reveals that the desk drawers are stuffed full of love notes and hastily written on scraps of office stationery. We rummage through the notes. Exploring Annika's desk is like embarking on an odyssey of filth. 30 seconds in and you've already learned 3 new euphemisms for sex in a storage closet, as well as exciting new definitions for a variety of common office terms. Thankfully, your search also turns up something of more immediate value. A scrap of paper with a name and a 5-digit code scribbled on it. Haushofer. Eight 4792. Okay. What's in here? On the desk is a file folder labeled Project Atlas. We open it. The folder is empty except for a single note. Moved to digital archive, locked under executive authorization. What's that? Junior Executive Werner Hardegger. On the bar are a number of bottles of alcohol, most of them look expensive. We grab a bottle for the road. Cheap booze. I thought it was expensive. At first glance, this terminal appears unremarkable. Its password locked and a cheerful screensaver marched across its display. We inspect the terminal. Upon closer inspection, you notice something. Interspersed among the colorful bouncing sprites of the screensaver, there is a symbol that you recognize. The dead drop marker of the Schockwellenreiter. Schockwellenreiter message drop. As you study the display, a green light winks on above the terminal's display. The recording light of a pinhole camera. The screensaver disappears and the screen floods with glowing green text. Schockwellenreiter contributor number 1432. Recognized. Welcome, Anya Juliet Laval. Secret projects. This is an open request for information about the projects and material prototypes being developed at this facility. It is known that a synthetic drug is being developed here in support of a project called Atlas. In addition, a functional prototype called Mark 6 has been developed. We require all of the project data that can be obtained for this project. Of particular interest are the chemical formula for this new drug and any visual records of the Mark 6 in operation. AG Chemie Europa is known to be a heartless corporation with little regard for meta-human safety or morality. They guard their secrets jealously and seek to hoard all information gained for themselves. This behavior cannot be allowed to go unpunished. What they know, all shall know. No longer will they hide their secrets in the shadows. The timely delivery of this information will be well rewarded. Freedom, equality, information. Schockwellenreiter. Looks like we got a new thingy. A new objective. What is that here? Building maintenance. Get the fuck in here. Okay, we take all of that. Why not? So, well, the thing is, we could try to get information on Project Atlas. Not Atlas. That would be a publisher. Well, I have this code here. Authorization accepted. Welcome, Herr Haushofer. Volumes of information begin to flit across the screen. A good half of what you're seeing has been redacted, and the rest is written in impossible dense corpse speak. Oh, attempt to decipher the text. You scan the archived information, collating it in your head as you go. Within a few seconds, a picture begins to form in your mind. From what you can tell, the ultimate goal of Project Atlas is to circumvent the effects of essence loss in meta-human subjects. Apparently a number of working prototypes have been built over the last year to test the theories put forward by project scientists. The most recent one has been designated Mark 6. The report isn't all sunshine and rainbows. There are death reports in there. The mortality rate amongst test subjects has been appallingly high. The report also makes references to Formula 17, a substance that is being developed in support of Project Atlas. And okay, we had that. Project data for the Shockwave writer. You copy the information on the screen, redactions and all. Access visual record. Vice President level authorization required. Authorization accepted. Welcome, Herr Haushofer. There are too many records here to sort through quickly. A quick scan reveals the following details. Recordings of laboratory experiments on meta-humans, images of an extensive series of cyber surgeries being performed upon a large troll, recordings of that same troll carving his way through opponents with a massive axe, gun cam footage from what appears to be a vehicle-mounted chain gun. The weapon has been photographed tearing apart a variety of targets, both artificial and organic. Copy the visual records for the Shockwave writer. And I guess that's that. We could look for... Well, doesn't matter. We have a good one. A complex chemical formula displays on screen along with a series of notes. Formula 17 appears to be a drug designed to suppress higher brain functions, specifically those functions related to emotional responses and decision-making skills. From what you can tell, the overall purpose of the drug is to render a subject submissive and pliant. The notes go on to suggest that Formula 17 was developed as a component of a larger project called Atlas. Apparently Project Atlas has something to do with cybernetic augmentation. Formula 17 was developed to help reduce the incidence of rejection in Project Atlas's test subjects. Recently, trials of the formula have been extremely encouraging. While initially a serious concern, fatalities have recently dropped off to a statistically insignificant level. The document is accompanied by a fairly extensive record of testing performed on meta-human subjects, along with death records over the course of the project. The Shockwave writer will be interested in all of this information. According to their Carter, sharing this information with the world would be a top priority. In the wrong hands, however, this formula could cause immense harm. We copied the formula for the Shockwave writer. And go back. Okay, so we will take a break here, and I guess in the next video we will actually try and get in here, because we still need the key code for the elevator, and we will get that in the next video. So thanks for watching and see you soon. Bye.